Boys, it finally happened! You know, a while back I mentioned that despite wanting to be a proper flash kid, there was nothing more in this world that I fucking wanted than to be a pilot of my own stompy Naut. Well, my dreams just came true, boys! And honestly, it was all thanks to you. See, Mek Boss Gearguts and I, well, we had a little deal. I'd use my talents of communication and entertainment to tell you kids all about the ultra killer things that Gearguts make. And if they made enough teeth, then I'll get my own giant stompy tinboy made just the way I wants it. And look, there I is, right open top with me shiny shooter, in the most perfect, shooty, killy, stompy Naut that there ever was. I mean, you can put me on the base too if you want. I could be a proper war boss, but I'm feeling the best at them right inside my custom stompy tinboy. Now, some of you kids might be thinking that, hey, didn't old Glitzdakka just get that GIGA from Gearguts? And yes I did. But that was loot from Mek Boss Gearguts. This is special. This is custom. Drink it in like the best fungus beer you've ever had, boys, cause it's just perfect. It's like looking in a mirror, but the reflection of me is more killy, smashy, and more for the docking than I could even hope. Honestly, how many boys do you know that got their own custom DAKKANAUT? No one, that's who! Now, that being said though, if you want this here perfect DAKKANAUT for yourself, you absolutely can get it. See, I ain't no greedy death skull that wants everything to myself. Gearguts and I is ready to share the beauty of me custom DAKKANAUT to all you boys who wants one. So, if yous do, go over to Mek Boss Gearguts' website thingy, I'll put a link in the description and all that, and get yours today. Though yous is gonna have to give it your own proper paint job. And if you wants to customize this here already custom job with things like a new head or different guns, well today, I always encourage creativity when it comes to the personalization of killer things that you love. Now some of you boys might be asking at this point, or Glitzdakka, ain't this just a coconut? I mean, I suppose if you wants to be a bored and uncreative geek, then I suppose you can use me brilliant, perfect, custom DAKKANAUT for unofficial games of the big game. But by God's great grin, we's is proper orks here. And if you kids have been listening like you should to what I've been saying, then you knows that the spark of creativity is what separates proper boys from sogging humies who constantly makes the same things over and over again, expect for something better to happen. I mean, ain't that the definition of the word insanity? Nah, boys, we ain't gonna be like humies with their creativity range of a lobotomized grot. We's just making the custom Naut proper custom. So, if you want to hear about all the things that my custom DAKKANAUT can bring, then sit down, open your lungs, and shut your gob. These is the stats of... You know, I haven't even given a proper name to this thing yet. Well, let me think about it while I tells you all the ways my custom DAKKANAUT can docker down any kid's use is gonna find. Firstly, let's go over the basic stats of my custom DAKKANAUT. It's simple enough really, might seem a bit familiar even. So, we got a movement of 8 inches, is tough 12, with a 3-up save and a 6-up invulnerable save. That means if your enemy's got an RAP, then you save, you use that number instead. Leadership 7 up for battle shock tests, and an objective controller 8. The way I figured it is that, while my custom DAKKANAUT is proper custom, it's about as tall and wide as most other Nauts, so I figured at the core of what this DAKKANAUT is, it should be about the same. But what ain't the same is the sheer amount of Dakka it's got. So much that it's almost an appropriate amount. Let's start with the basics, eh? On the legs, we first got a built-in twin big shooter, which is a twin-link big shooter. It ain't Dakka that's gonna impress Nazdrag or nothing, but 3 shots at 36-inch range, hitting on 5s, cause it ain't orky if you ain't shooting on 5 up. Strength 5, armor penetration 1, and damage 1, and having 5 shots at half that range. At the very least, you're gonna be able to pick off a biggie or 2. Then on the other leg, we got the big burner at about half the range at 18 inches with D6 shots, where, you know, you roll a D6 and that's how many shots you get. You get no to hit stat because burners and scorchers always all get 8. And at strength 5 and armor penetration -1 and 1 damage, if any biggies and other yumis that goes through your dock of the big shooter, well, this here thing's gonna barbecue anything on 2 legs. For now, we just get to the interesting Dakka. In the chest of the DAKKANAUT, we got 2 twin-link Rattler cannons. That means at 24 inches, you've got 12 shots at strength 6, AP -1 and 1 damage. If that don't put some proper holes into the heavily armored biggies, then at least it's gonna give some regular biggies a very bad day. And since these is twin-linked, you get to re-roll the wound roll, meaning even more biggies is gonna have even more bad days. And this wouldn't be a proper DAKKANAUT without some proper rockets. At this point, every kid that's got Dakka can get a rocket boy into their mob. So, no reason to stop that trend here. At 24 inches of range, you got 2 D3 shots, which may not seem like much, but rockets got blast, which means the more gets you to shooting at, the more shots you get. And these is rockets, not shooters. So, they got strength 9, AP -2, and do 3 damage a pop. That is absolutely gonna be enough to bring down any heavy armored biggies, as well as anything else walking around. So me, that's enough to put a dent in bony tinboys and scrawny's battle wagons. But now we come to the real custom Dakka. Firstly, the big Rattler. It's like a regular Rattler cannon, right? Just bigger. 24-inch range and 3 shots, 5 if uses at half distance, and strength 8, AP 2 and 2 damage apiece. Like I said, a Rattler cannon, but bigger. It's almost got the same stats as a death gun. But don't get too excited yet, boys, because that's just the appetizer squig. It's only gonna get better. Cause now up in the noggin, we got the days of Glitz. When the gaze of Gorgonmork is more zappy, this is Glitzdakka users talking about we need bullets. And that gaze can crack off a shot up to 48 inches, strength 10, AP 4, and 6 damage. Oh, and did I mention that it's got precision? Yeah, that's right. While you can use the gaze of Glitz to put a big old hole in some gitch's wagon, if there's some annoying character, bottle, HQ unit, git giving your boys a headache because these is making their boys more killy, well then, just give that HQ model a fuck with this gun, and then their boys ain't gonna have their knob to fall back on for all their bonuses and such. But don't think I ain't gonna get on the shooty crumpin' myself. I got me custom shiny shooter in, and I was just ready to Dakka down a few kids personally, with 18 inches of range, 3 shots or 4 shots at half range, strength 5 and AP -1, and 1 damage per bullet. See, the extra killiness of this shooter is why it's me shiny shooter. But now we comes to the big one. The biggest of the big Dakka that my custom DAKKANAUT's got. Allow me to introduce to you the Death Roaring Rattler. And for those of you that ain't been paying attention to me videos, the Roaring Rattler's the name of me custom snaz gun. Except it's more like a souped up snaz gun and a Rattler cannon that got hammered into each other. Me perfect personal weapon. And in the future, when ours is a big proper warlord as big as Gazgul themselves, with me own proper Dakka war, ours is gonna have 3 barrels instead of just 1. Oh, a boy can dream. So, why wouldn't my custom DAKKANAUT not have the same thing? But even bigger! That's right, 36 inches of range, 20 shots, 30 shots at half range, strength 8, AP -1, and 2 damage a pop, as well as having sustain 1 and heavy! humies, scrawnies, beakies, soggy, even boss golden beakies, you kids better watch out cause ours is coming and ours is gonna prod you boys into the dirt. Oh, and I guess the Dakkanauts got a melee attack. Oh, just a glitz fist. It don't hit as hard as a proper Gorkanaut, but it will make any kid think twice about getting stuck in. Now, if you think that Superior Dakka is the only thing that the Dakkanauts is gonna bring, well, you is dead wrong. Cause, like any proper boss, I got the bestest, baddest boss pull that Gearguts ever put into a custom Naut. Look at that. I loves it. Because not only does the bones of me not reflect me orky good looks, but that boss pull is just absolutely perfect. Not just perfect symbology of the Golden God mob, but the face squids, the full tusks, the bionic guy. Oh, it's perfect. But what does it do, you might be asking? Well, this boss pull reminds my boys who's just the biggest bullet boss in this mob. Who's got the biggest, shiniest shooters? Who's gonna remind the galaxy that Orky Talker is the best? GimGam Glitzdakka, that's who! So every kid within 18 inches of a custom Dakkanauts gets a stained one for all their ranged weapons. That's right! The thing that we are supposed to have for a more Dakka detachment? Well, as they say, if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. Trash kits, tank busters, shooter balls, big mechs, everyone who looks at this greatness, this supreme embodiment of what it means to have Dakka, it's gonna inspire my boys. It's gonna bring the full potential out of their shooters, rocket launchers, depth guns, and snaz guns. Every orc that gazes on this greatness is gonna know the meaning of the word Dakka. And because of that, yes, not only can you make the custom Dakkanauts your warlord, but if you want the majesty that me and me proper shooting stompy tinboy is gonna bring to your army, you needs it to be your warlord. I expect nothing less. So, how many points is this here perfect embodiment of Dakka gonna cost if you put it on the table for the big game? I was just thinking 4 many points. After all, this ain't any old Gorkanaut. This is a custom Dakkanauts. It means being bigger, meaner, stronger, and more shooty than them. I think that's fair, don't you? I mean, it ain't a stomper, that's for sure, but it's getting closer. Maybe next time Mek Boss Gearguts will make me an offer for a custom one. But that ain't gonna happen unless you kids check out their mech shop. If you need anything orky, Mek Boss Gearguts has got you. From shooters to gargants, there ain't nothing this boss can't make. And if you want me custom Dakkanauts for yourself, Gearguts Mech Shop is the only place you're just gonna find it. Links in the description. You know, I never did decide what I was gonna call the custom Dakkanauts. It needs to be big. It needs to be flash. It needs to epitomize everything that is proper Dakka. I still don't know. What do you boys think? What kind of proper naming ideas you got? Let me know in them talkie boxes below, and a big thanks to all the boys, bosses and knobs who keeps giving us their teeth so we can keep making the best orky content there is on this here YouTube things. And as always, you little runts, sub up and zog off!